Hello Cheapsters, it's Gav and welcome to another one of my videos. Today we're having a look at this 1 in 35 scale Panzer Grenadier from the Ardennes made by Dragon. I've had this box a fair while. There's 4 figures in the kit. I'm only going to be building and painting 2. The 42 gunner and, well, at the moment, is it Gewehr 43? It was the automatic rifle, not the Sturmgewehr, but the rifle. I haven't got it off the sprue yet. Anyway, we'll go back to this guy. Nice pose, details slightly soft in places. I've tried to open them up very slightly by just putting the scalpel down anywhere that like the webbing, make it stand out a bit more. It had to have some filling because I put the cleaning kit there. I don't know why I put the cleaning kit so far around, to be honest with you. It should be here. But it then threw off the arm, and I've had to fill, not so much that there was a gap underneath, but it was just a bit flat because it's designed to be next to the torso more. So, yeah, I don't know why I put the cleaning kit there and not further around, but there you go. One thing I've never liked about the Dragon figures and some of the other companies is they give you the minimum amount of equipment for that particular figure. Obviously, they want to sell you boxes of like spares. It's a bit redundant now in the days of 3D printing, but that type of thing. I just wish they'd throw in a few extra grenades and extra couple of canteens. All the standard stuff. Just to make I could fill that space. I don't actually have anything that I could fill that space out at the front, but never mind. Nice MG42. You could have it with the bipods open, so that is a spare. The problem I had with this guy is the belt goes around the shoulders. Classic pose. I've done a 1 in 16 figure, and I had the same problem that no matter even heating it up with a hairdryer, it snapped in several places. And also, they give you the drum magazine, which goes on the inside, and again, it was pushing it out. And I thought, now what I'll do is I'll wrap a few. I'd seen a few photographs. I'll wrap a few. Well, I couldn't wrap them round, but I put that long piece down there, and then put a couple more pieces, round smaller pieces, cut them up as if the rounds have been put round the MG42 itself. You don't actually get any slings with any of these, so everything was stretched sprue. That's for the spare barrel. I'm not sure if I got it up the right way or not, but I put some stretch sprue across and down. That was thick enough, really. What I've messed up slightly on is the 42 sling, which I made out of stretch sprue. Although I flattened it out, I could have done with pulling some more thicker stuff, and it's a bit skinny really for a machine gun sling. I'd noticed that you've got the buckle. You've got the buckle there, which I just made with some stretch sprue, and there was a slight gap on the photographs I was looking at where you got the adjusting part here. So I stuck another piece on and made sure it was bent, so there was a slight gap in between. I carved around the ankle gaiters and the boots just to show them off. I put some stretch sprue on the laces as they were fairly nondescript, and I had to make I stuck the ammo box to the bottom of the hand, and then bent some stretch sprue to make it into the actual carrying handle. I found that the lid for the ammo box was literally about 2mm or 3mm longer than the actual ammo box itself, so I had to cut the little tab off that joins them together, stick them on, and then snip off the extra. Also, the bread bag is again, and I've seen this with most manufacturers, obviously that they're not made to fit particular figures, so they will have to be fairly generic. And this was like really flat, and because it sticks up, it would just look like just a straight line. So I've filled putty around it just to bulge the bag out at the back and make it touch the torso rather than just floating. The water canteens were hung off that clip, so that's fine. Although I found the water canteen, in my eyes, was like really flat, as you can see there. It's more like a bread roll of some description. But again, you work with what you've got. So that's it really. They're going to be on a vignette. No vehicles involved or anything. I'm going to try 3D printing for the first time in a couple of years. I'll send off for some, probably in the next few days, I'll send off for some resin. I'm going to try that water. Is it not, it's not water resin, is it? But you can wash it out with water and stuff. Because I've got a small amount of resin left, but it's so old. I'm not going to go through the of trying to get it to print, and if it doesn't print, just because the resin's too old. I mean, it is mine's been open for about 2.5 years, 3 years, I think, and I have only literally got a couple of inches in the bottom. So yeah. Oh, and I did the helmet strapping. You guessed it, stretch sprue, just because it was really flat. So yeah, as I say, I knew what they were going to be. I'd seen them at the box ages ago, so I knew they weren't going to be what I was hoping that they'd be. I don't know, a bit more to them than they are. But yeah, I'll do this guy here. As you can see, will need a fair bit of filling around the torso with the belt. So it is what it is. There's a nice. The problem is with that, if I cut it away, this little bit here. I mean, I have sanded it, but it's still fairly proud. But until I get the arm on, I think we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, they're decent enough figures. It's I've had them a while. I'm just trying to work down the stash pile really, and he'll be carrying, as I say. See, it's you guys will know. I just can't remember stuff. I think is it the Gewehr 43? It's the rifle anyway. With it, it's the semi-automatic rifle, a bit like the Americans' Garand. But I think the Germans I don't think he had a fantastic reputation as far as I can remember. But yeah, I did a slight drill out of the barrel as well. Yeah, so it'll be on a small, just a small homemade plinth. I tend to put these on those type of things rather than waste expensive plinths. And I'll have them. I'm going to print off, say, some Sherman ammunition or some German, like fired rounds from either tank or field artillery or something. Have a few lying around as if they just walked through a position that's moved on, and and a few other scatterings of a few bits and pieces. So thanks for stopping by and taking a look. I just thought as I did that Italian one, I was in the mood to do some more, so I had these in this. I've got a fair few actually in the stash of different types. I've got literally modern era figures. Not so much. As I say, I'm not interested so much in the attacking type poses. You know what I mean, shooting or lunging with a bayonet or something like that. I prefer them standing around chatting or walking like this than the other poses, mainly just because I don't know, they just don't always. It's hard to get those shooting poses and that looking right, if that makes sense, on the area that you've got. I prefer just casual type poses. So yeah, I've got these Semavente. Hopefully I'll start painting that over the next few days. And then finally, I want to get on the tracks just to know I've stuck them together and they work. What am I saying? Me and tracks working. But yeah, I'm going to want to get the Semavente done. And then I've got my F-104 Starfighter I want to get onto. It's in 1/48 scale. And then it's always then, isn't it, with Gav? And then I change my mind. But I've at the moment, I've got one last 1/35 scale World War II tank to do, and I'll show you that. Well, I have actually shown it when I bought it, but that was a few years ago. but I'm hoping to get that one done and get a few. There's some mini art figures I can have for the crew, and just put that on a small base. But we'll cross that bridge way way down the track. So anyway, you look after yourselves. Thanks for stopping by and taking a look. As I say, the figures are fine. They just need a bit of work to them. It's annoyed me really with his cleaning kit. And it was only when I actually came to put this under the phone camera that I actually realised that I'd stuck it on the side and not round the front. Oh well, never mind. What's it? No, I was going to say, I was going to quote Windsor Davis in Ain't Half Up Mum. Oh dear, what a pity. Never mind. Yeah, anyway. Look after yourselves. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll catch each other very soon on another video.